Good. I think we good, man. I think we good. Yo, we back, y'all. What's popping, everybody? Y'all see the little streamers in the back. Today is my birthday. We got a dope episode for y'all. So let's start this whole fight. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I'm joined with my co-host, my brother from another mother. Blood couldn't make us any closer. One of the best photographers in the world. My brother Santana. Say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? You know what I'm saying? You already know it's a jam-packed episode yet again. But first and foremost, gotta shout out to the bro. You know what I'm saying? It's his B-day, you know what I'm saying? Born day. So gotta show him some love, you know what I'm saying? Once again, you know what I'm saying? Happy 40th, you feel me?
Thank you, my brother.
The beauty to get to 40. So, you know what I'm saying? Blessed to another 40 years, you heard?
Yeah, facts, man. I feel amazing. I feel wonderful. I feel strong. I feel, intellectual. I feel, you know what I'm saying? I'm the best at what I am today. And you know what I'm saying? Hope to see another 40 more, blessed 40 more, just not to be existing, but to live even bigger and better the next 40. So thank you, my brother, and thank y'all a whole lot of love out there. I appreciate that. How old are you, Ash? 23. I wish. I wish. Not really, because my 20s was crazy. It was chaotic in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole lot of stuff. You already laughing, bro. There's a whole lot of stuff that happened in my 20s, especially them early 20s. You know what I'm saying? So just blessed to see it, y'all. So appreciate y'all for tapping in. You already know, whole lot of love. Appreciate y'all a million times. We got a jam-packed show, like my brother said, and we're gonna get to it again. Make sure y'all tapping into them comments. We love, and we keep growing with the show. We just went over 7,000 strong for the channel, and it's only gonna get bigger and better. So please continue to chime in with your comments. All right, let's start this off right, bro. Let's start it off right. Popular opinions. The segment is brought to you by OUV Records. You see it right there, OUV Records. I'm sorry. Label model is create, document, and inspire. Make sure you go to Instagram right now and tap into at OUV Records right now. Stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. All right, let's get it. All right, first question of the night, my brother. You ready for this?
Let's get it.
Question number one: if you're making a scary movie, which movie would you rather make? Okay. Number one, Freddy meets Pinhead. Number two, Jason meets Michael Myers. Number three, Chucky meets Leprechaun. Number four, Art the Clown meets It.
Mm,
And remember, it's what you would rather make.
I think I'm gonna go with Freddy Krueger and Pinhead. You know what I'm saying? Them two right there just off rip. Like the body count is just gonna be piling up. You know what I'm saying?
The murder rate just went up.
Murder rate just went through the roof in that little small Deary town. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I think that shit would be dope because of the how them characters are. Like Freddy Krueger, what he stands for, and then Pinhead. Those two standalone films, you know what I'm saying, were just upper echelon horror movies. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you put both of them together, man, we talking about top tier horror. So
Yeah.
I that's what I'm gonna go with. Freddy Krueger and Pinhead.
Okay, bro. Like we're not joking when we say the murder rate just went up. Like anytime Pinhead is in the vicinity, it's just like bodies just start piling up, and you be like, the people like that be killing me about Freddy and Pinhead movies. Like bodies start piling up, but nobody know nothing. Like I haven't seen Nelson in about like weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened to Nelson? You know what I'm saying? I was thinking the same thing. I haven't seen Craig in like 4 weeks. You know what I'm
No,
saying? The
But
last,
then when they work with Craig every day, but didn't realize he was missing for like 4 weeks.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just, and then Pinhead has no type of chill. He don't care about man, woman, dog. It's like, yo, y'all all gonna get this work. You know what I'm saying?
He's
So
like, yo, you ring my doorbell, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
once you open the box, don't if you don't do anything else, you better not open the box because you can't hit me with yo. I'm saying though, now you can't hit me with that. You know what I'm saying?
You open the box, we came. So what's up?
Like
And
yo,
that's really how he is. Like, yo, you open the box, we hit. So you know what I'm saying? You gonna get this work now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Like yo, we here now. Me personally, I love that Freddie meets Pinhead pick. Uh I think I want to see Jason and Michael Myers. Cause these two niggas is the most non-dying, wild, brolic OD for no reason. They need to fight each other. Like it ain't no Jason never had no type of match in none of his movies. And nobody had a fighting chance to go toe to toe with the kid. It was one dude in the 80s when it was Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh, Buddy was boxing him.
He was boxing him like, yo, hold that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna
I was
get
like,
this
yo, he had a
work.
couple of good, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And nah.
He caught him with a couple hooks, though. You know what I'm saying?
He
Caught him
should
with
have
a
bounced
couple
after that. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with a couple of hooks to the body and then just dipped on him. You know what I'm saying?
hooks. A little drop kick to the chest, and I would have been out. You know what I'm saying?
Because after Jason got his little, it was over. Son.
Yeah, facts. And then, and see, Michael Myers is another wild OD brolic for no reason. Like, it was one movie where the girl's walking down the hall, and my man, he pulls himself down with one hand. I don't know if you remember that scene where he's like, instead of jumping down, he glides himself down, but he's on a bar. So his body's like his hand is like down, and as he slides down, and he's doing it on the same bar, so the bar don't move. It's just his arm. You know how OD brolic you got to be able to do some shit like that. Michael Myers ain't never get no ass ever in his life, and he just wild backed up, angry for no reason. Like, so I need to see them two just get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I need to see them fist fight because those punches that they fought people like. Let's keep it real. Jamie Lee Curtis ain't doing nothing to Michael Myers. Name me a fair fight Michael Myers or somebody else in all 30 movies.
Yo, even the whole town folk shooting shotguns at Buddy who didn't even stop him. I'm
You
like,
feel?
yo, what we supposed to do with that, son?
Yo,
Like,
yo, don't let me in real life shoot somebody with the shotty and they bounce back up. Whatever you on, bro, you got that. You got it. I don't want no problems with you, bro. Hit him with the shotty once. Hit him with the shotty twice. Hit him with the shotty 3 times. Get back up. I'm good. You got it. I don't want to fight no more. Nope. All right, so you went with Freddy meets Pinhead. I went with Jason meets Michael Myers. The rest of the world, and it's on the chat, they went with Chucky meets Leprechaun. Chucky meets Leprechaun. The rest of the world, they went with Art the Clown meets It at 35%. What you think about that?
who the fuck is Art the Clown again?
Art the Clown is the new guy. Well, he's considered the new guy. He's in the Eve's Hollow. He's in the Terrifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of gorge. That's a whole lot of gorge. I don't think nobody could watch his movies back to back because it's too much gorge. Because I saw Terrifier 1, and I was like, this is a lot. I can't even watch the full movie by itself. This is a whole lot for me. Then I said, I'm gonna watch part 2 because people showed my part 2, and I couldn't watch it like immediately. I said, oh, it's too much gorge. And then part 2, it made part one look like a Sunday special. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Then I found out that they had three other movies with Art the Clown, and it's called Eve's Hollow. So Eve Hollow 1, 2, and 3. And that's a whole lot of gorge. And they coming out with the Terrifier Part 3, I think in November. So, and that dude, he goes in. He used knives, guns. He doesn't care. He kills kids, everybody. He kills everything moving. So yeah. So I can see why they pick. I can see why they picked Art the Clown and it. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on to the next question. Which clothing brand from the 2000s would you prefer? Okay. Number one, Rockaware. Number two, Ed Hardy. Number three, LRG. Number four, True Religion.
Damn. Mm. I mean, I'm fucking with True Religion now, heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just something about LRG though, son.
Mm-hmm.
LRG just had, man, it just had a crazy wave because of the um the shirts, the polo styles that they had was fire.
Yeah.
They had the track suits,
Yeah.
right? They had fire ass hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had some jeans that was lit. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, LRG was, yeah, that shit was a wave. Ah, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with LRG, son.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention all these brands was popping. All these brands. You know what I'm saying? LRG when it's so funny when real fashion people hear about a brand, it's like you see the piece and you cop it and then you rock it and you be like, yo, you up on it? Like, yo, I'm up on it. So it's funny when fashionable people find the brand around the same time, and then it's not an outdo each other thing. Is if you can find some fly shit, you gonna cop it. So with LRG, they used to cheat because they would make a fire shirt, and then you walk two paces down and they got the matching jacket with it. You like, oh hell no, y'all got the matching jacket with this shit? And then you get closer to the register, you see the matching jeans with the same logos and everything in the design on the back pockets, and you like, yo, there's no way I'm gonna walk out this store without these jeans. So now instead of one piece, you walked out with a full fit for under like $200, and it was fly. So I like that LRG pick. I like that LRG pick. LRG pick. I want to say True Religion myself because I got into True Religion heavy early. Um, Ed Hardy, man, Ed Hardy was popping to me, bro. I'm gonna go with Ed Hardy. Ed Hardy was popping to me because they had the shirts and they had the jacket game, and their jacket game was upper echelon. Like I felt like I was in an Usher video with the Ed Hardy jackets that they had in the store. 400, 500, leather, butter soft leather, you know what I'm saying? Moto, you know what I'm saying? Going to get the jacket in 90-degree weather, wear that to the club and set it off, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, in 90-degree weather, I'm rocking a leather Ed Hardy jacket just because. I don't know why. I just do it just because. You know what I'm saying? I had to get that fly in. So I'm gonna go with Ed Hardy. They going with LRG in the chat. You went with LRG. The rest of the world at 33% went with Rockaware. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm not surprised. A lot of it definitely was around for uh pivotal in a lot of people's lives and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Rockaway definitely was there. Like when niggas was getting on their fresh game,
Yeah.
trying to get fresh, you know what I'm saying? You started with Rockaway and worked your way up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I respect it.
Tell me your hardest pause LRG fit at that time. Well, tell
Um,
the people.
it had to be the black and green, mint green track jacket because the Air Max 95s dropped the the beef and brock joint, not the beef and brock, the green and gray joints.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I had the black and green LRG track jacket that had the tree emblem
Mm-hmm.
in the back of the track jacket. I don't remember what pair of jeans I had with it, but nah, that track jacket from LRG was on point. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Uh, yeah. Now that's a fact, man. That's a fact. My favorite fit out of all these brands though was a Rockaway fit that I had. It was denim, and then it had like some sort of, it wasn't a fleece, it was like a soft bubble, and it was all one jacket, zipper with the button on top of it, with the matching denim jeans. That was a cheat code every time I wore that fit. Every single time. Every single time. It was great for the fall, winter, fire fit. Throw some J's with it, throw some Pradas with it. It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because the fit
mhm.
is was just crazy. All right, moving on to the next question on popular opinions. All right, if you, I'm sorry, college football 25 is out, right? Which team are you going to play dynasty mode with first? Which team are you going to play dynasty mode with first? Number one, Appalachian State. Number two, Kennesaw State. Number three, Colorado. Number four, James Madison University.
Damn. Niggas gave us the SUAC fucking conference, son.
Outside of Colorado, I know why they got Colorado in here because they the most known team. You know what I'm saying, as far as stars and stuff on their team. And it's obviously Deion Sanders, but everybody else is Appalachian State is good though. They're good, but it's just Appalachian State, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Um, Might as well go with Colorado, son. Like that's the only other option on there. What else is it? James Madison? Like, nah, son.
Yeah, James Madison, Kennesaw
Nah,
State.
nah, I need a fighting chance, son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Especially if I'm going dynasty mode. Son. I'm going
yeah.
Colorado.
You go to Colorado, okay, okay. I ain't mad at that. I'm right there with you, bro. Pause. I'm going with Colorado. They have the most, like, I said this online. Colorado, and I said this even last year. Colorado is the most, it's the hottest team in college football. And people's like, no, bro, they not on Alabama level. No, bro, they not on Michigan level. No, bro, they not on Ohio State level. They're not. We're talking about hot. We're talking about known. We're not saying the best. They don't have the best team. They didn't have the best team last year, and people already knew that. But they was the hottest team, and they still the hottest team. Meaning that them playing a game, people tune in. They move the needle. Ain't nobody tap into those other games like they tapped into those Colorado games, especially like the first 5 to 6 games of the season, first like 8 games of the season. Matter of fact, they broke records. So nobody moves the needle like Colorado, as far as viewership. People tune in to watch them lose because they don't support Dion. Then you have other people that tune in that support Dion that want to see him and his team excel. Then there's other people who are football purists and want to see how good that they can be. So you know what I mean. So but their story is so compelling. So I'm going with Colorado as well. I know more players on Colorado than any other school. And mind you, Michigan is my team. You know what I'm saying? But I know about more players personally at Colorado than every other team, probably except for Michigan because Michigan's my team. But like Alabama's great, Ohio State is great. Name me their starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Most people wouldn't be able to do that. Name me their starting corner. And these are the schools where the upper echelon primo corners, quarterbacks, linebackers go to, right? Pass rushers. But you can't name me who they got. But everybody in the world know who Shador is. They know who Shiloh is. They know who Travis Hunter is. They know who Seaton is, Jordan Seaton, and a plethora of other players. Even players that left the team and hopped in the transfer portal. So yeah. All right, moving forward. Moving forward. I said the answer to that.
It was no. What was the answer?
Okay, so we both said Colorado. The answer was Appalachian State at 34%.
Right.
34%. But in real life, Colorado, App State is a really good team. They're a really good team. They play D1. You know, they had to build themselves up. They beat us back in the day as far as Michigan. So they're a really good team. They're a really good team. Um, so it's just I just we'll never pick up the paper one day and be like, yo, Appalachian State got the #1 recruiting class in football. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't ever see a kid that's a quarterback or running back be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Appalachian State over Michigan, over Washington, over Texas. You know what I'm saying? So but I get it though. I get it. All right, moving on. Next question. If you was coaching in the NBA in any era, all time, which one of these players you would want to start your franchise with? Okay. All right. Number one, Carmelo Anthony. Number two, Yao Ming. Number three, Chris Webber. Number four, Chris Paul. These are all impactful players. And I like this because they're all different positions. So it kind of gives you like a position of need or where you want to have a position of need. So I like that. I already know who I'm going with though.
I'm gonna go with Chris Paul as a floor general. Give me a
Okay.
good point guard. You know what I'm saying? Manage the floor, manage the team. And you know what I'm saying? That's a good pick for me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. I'm seeing Mello in the chat. I'm seeing Mello chat, hoodie Mello in the chat. Me, all these players are really good. But I have to go with Chris Webber. I have to go with Chris Webber. He's the only player on this list that doesn't need anybody else to change the franchise around. His history, anytime he went to a team, he took them from one level to the next every single time. And the team could have had a whole lot of talent, but when Chris Webber got on that team, he took the team to a whole nother level. So Carmelo Anthony, great player. He's easily the best scorer on this list, easily. But Carmelo Anthony doesn't affect both sides of the ball, and his play don't dictate wins. Like Carmelo could score 50, and you still gonna take a L burger, but he's still a good player. Yao Ming, great player, but he's a franchise player in my opinion, but he needs another guy. You know what I'm saying? Like when I think of Houston, I think of Steve Francis first, then Yao Ming. You know what I'm saying? So, but Yao Ming is a great player. And Chris Paul, great player as well. But I wouldn't start my franchise with him because again, Chris Paul could come to your team and you could go to the playoffs as well, but y'all not fighting for no championships. And that's in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him really fight for no championship except for one time he was ever in the championship in like his 18, 19-year career. So I'm going with Chris Paul. Again, they went with Melo in the chat. You went with you went with Chris Paul. I'm going with Chris Webber. The rest of the world went with Chris Webber at 43%. At 43%. All right. All right. Moving on to our next segment. Hollywood need to ask us.
Go ahead, my G.
You want me to start this off?
Yeah, you could start it off.
All right. So I remember the Lethal Weapon movies, and you had the character Leo Getz, funny, dynamic. He brought a different type of energy to that, to Riggs and Martin. I want to see an origin story with Leo Getz because we showed that he needed protection, but I want to see the intricacies of all the bank transaction he was doing because he sat down and broke it down to Murtaugh and Martin like, yo, so imagine you going to the bank, right? And you know what I'm saying? Let's say you cash in the check, but the check ain't for you. It's for another guy. And then he's breaking this money laundering down to the T, and he's saying, "Here's the beautiful part, right? Get it's a beautiful part. I only take like 6%. You know what I'm saying? And they don't miss nothing. Like so, he was getting, you know what I'm saying? He was getting to that Kiznash, and he was all time fraud. You know what I'm saying? But
Top tier.
top tick, because mind you, the mob or those particular dudes, they wanted to off son. You know what I'm saying? And they was matter of fact, they wasn't even the mob. They was on a whole nother level because they had diplomatic immunity. You know what I'm saying? He was that was that movie where the dude had
Oh yeah. Them
you know
South
what I'm saying?
African.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you know how smart and skillful to do what you're doing when you're around diplomats and world leaders type of scam, bro. You don't even go to jail. They like, yo, we're gonna give you protection. You just gotta roll on these dudes. But when you roll, you gotta go to court, but you don't have to face them. We just need your testimony in court. That's it. You know how lit you gotta be to do what you do, bro?
And remember when he caught up to him, he was already in like the top on the he was on the top floor, you know what I'm saying? He was eating wild steak and you know what I'm saying, and
Uh-huh.
asparagus and shit all off the company dime, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
He was living good, man.
Uh-huh. That's what you know what I'm saying? So it's
He
like,
was living
yo,
good.
I would like to see the origin story on how he got to Lethal Weapon Part Two. Because mind you, by the time he got there, he was already getting that money on. You know what I'm saying? He had the rollie on. You know what I'm saying? He had the butter soft roll with the Rolex on. And he cooking omelets with the special grease. Like yo, like, you know what I'm saying? He cooking and cleaning, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, get your life together, you know what I mean? So,
He's living the best of lives, you know what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying? So, I want to see an origin story of Leo Getz.
That's funny because I got an origin story too. You know what I'm saying? So chat for me, I'm a big Star Wars fan. So you know what I'm saying? When I first seen this character, I was like, oh, this is a lit character. They need to flush this character out more. They did a little bit in another origin movie, but I need his own standalone origin movie. I need to see a movie about Lando Calrissian from Star Wars because he's the only lit nigga that owned his city in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he was basically over Simon in the Skybox. You know what I'm
Over
saying? Simon
the
Simon in the Skybox ain't fucking with Lando. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nigga got
Lando?
his city in the clouds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to see an origin story. They had one a little bit in the Han Solo, but I want to see an origin story about Lando, how he finessed his way to be top dog of the Cloud City. And I'm saying he was running the joint, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So everybody looked at him for answers and for leadership. So it's like I want to see an origin story about how he did the jump. And I think it'll be a lit movie.
Yeah.
And we could bring back what's called Billy D. Williams reprised his role as Lando Calrissian, probably as an older version of himself, telling a story to his younglings about
Mm-hmm.
how he was when he was a young man in the
Mm-hmm.
Republic,
Yeah.
running scams and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see that. And Star Wars fans, I think it will be a much different take on the Star Wars lore because we're looking at a different character from a different lens. So yeah,
Yeah.
Lando Calrissian, Hollywood, make that shit pop. You heard?
Yeah. That would be dope, man. That would be dope. What Roll Jack? Roll Jack said, "Wait, I just realized someone stole your braids in bed." I never had a I never had
He
it.
said somebody stole your braids.
And my braids ain't go nowhere. I just got a, I just got it cornrow with the bun. You know what I'm saying? Got mad hair back there. You know what I'm saying? So I put that thing in a bun. You know what I'm saying? All right. So moving on, moving on. Yo, dope pick again, bro. Dope pick. I would love to see that. Moving on, moving on. Make sure y'all hit that membership page. We got a new membership page. It's available right now where you could be a gold member, platinum member, family member, and day one member. So make sure you tap in. There's links in the bio in the for the membership uh for this channel so you could subscribe and you get availability to not just this show but all the shows on this channel. So make sure y'all tap into the membership pages. I mean membership as well. All right, moving on to our must see segment. Must see movies, must hear music, must see classic shows. You want to start this one off?
Shaq, you know how I do. I always got a theme for my movies. So this theme for this movie is top tier heist movies, right? So each movie on this list has a heist, and you gotta watch the movie to see how the heist goes. So the first movie on the list is the Thomas Crown Affair. Came out in 1999. Stars Faye Dunaway, Rene Russo, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Gazzara, Dennis Leary, and Fritz Weaver. About a billionaire dude who goes to a goes to the museum, and on the day he goes to the museum, it gets robbed, and you gotta watch the rest of the movie to see how the shit goes. You know what I'm saying? So next on the list on big heist movies is one of my favorites is The Town. Came out in 2010. Stars Ben Affleck, Rebecca Hall, Jeremy Renner, Blake Lively, John Hamm, and Titus Welner. It's about a small town in Boston that deals, and the majority of the people that live in this town all deal in forms of bank robbery or informing on what banks to rob and da 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 da. So again, the town gets information on a big heist, and you gotta watch the movie, see how the heist goes. You know what I'm saying? Last on the list is The Wrath of Man. Came out in 2021. It stars Jason Statham, Guy Ritchie, Scott Eastwood, uh, Nia, Niamar Aglar, Holt McKaylee, and Josh Hartnett. It's about this dude who starts working for this security force, and they are basically tasked with running this large sums of money from the bank to their location, and you gotta watch the movie and see how the heist goes. You know what I'm saying? So top tier heist movies of my choice are The Thomas Crown Affair, The Town, and The Wrath of Man.
Yo, make sure y'all check those movies out. You know what I'm saying? Those are good times. And you know what I'm saying? Tap into those movies. These are top tier, upper echelon choices that we giving y'all. These are choice movies. And it's great conversational pieces, a lot of hidden messages. So make sure you tap into these movies. My three must see movies. I don't go with a theme like my brother do. I feel like I name movies that y'all see it, but y'all never watched it. So my first must-see movie came out in 1998, directed by Stuart Braid. This movie is called U.S. Marshal, cast by Tommy Lee Jones, Wesley Snipes, Robert Downey Jr., Joe Palatino, uh, Donald Gibb, and Latanya Richardson, which happens to be, goodness gracious, Samuel L. Jackson's wife. Dope fire movie about a man. You know, he got a lot of things happening, and he gets into a car accident. He ends up intermingling with the U.S. Marshal, and you got to see the rest of the movie. So make sure you tap into U.S. Marshal. My two must see movie. My number two is called Demolition Man. Came out in 1993, directed by Marco Barbella. Cast is Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock, beautiful Sandra Bullock, Benjamin Bratt, and Dennis Leary, and Bill Cobbs. The legendary Bill Cobbs, rest in peace, Bill Cobb. Fire movie. A bit. This is about a crime lord having to go against the top tier upper echelon machismo cop in the area. The cop is so crazy that they call him Demolition Man. And on their road to colliding in the very beginning, going into the future, you have to watch the rest of the movie. Not going to ruin it, so make sure you tap into Demolition Man. My my number three last movie. It's called Always Outnumbered, Always Outgunned. Came out in 1998, directed by Michael App. Stars Lawrence Fishburne, Daniel Williams, Natalie Cole, Bill Cobbs again, Bill Nunn, Isaiah Washington, Paula J. Parker, John Coran, Vandy Sweat, Dan Martin, Kevin Carroll, and Cicely Tyson. That cast right there. That's a lot of great acting going on in that cast. Dope movie about a man that just got out of prison. He's trying to get himself acclimated back into society, but you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it. So again, make sure you tap in. Watch these movies again to Always Outnumbered, Outgunned. U.S. Marshal, Demolition Man. So make sure you tap in to those. All right, moving on to our must hear music. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Today's my birthday, so I'm gonna give y'all some must hears from my music. All right, so my number one single that you must hear is called Easy by me, of course, Ashley Lovechild. It's on the Ready to Live album. All right. So again, it's called Easy. My number two must hear single is called Trophy Room. Also on that Ready to Live album, again, it's called Trophy Room. And number three must hear song is called Rich Girl. Again, on that Ready to Live album. So that lets you know Ready to Live. It's a fire album. So make sure you tap into Rich Girl, Trophy Room, and Easy. So make sure y'all tap into that music by myself. You just type in Ashley Lovechild and my music will pop up. All right, moving on to our must see classic shows. You want to start this one off?
I wouldn't say it's a classic, but it's a definitely must see. You could catch it right now on HBO, and it's called The Deuce. Came out in 2017. It has 3 seasons. It stars Gyllenhaal, James Franco, Margarita Lavinia, Emily Mead, Chris Coy, Lawrence Gilliard Jr., Gabina Akinamabe, Chris Bauer, Michael Raposley, and Gary Carr. Basically, it's about 42nd 42nd Street back in the late 60s, early 70s, when the the 42nd Street was basically like place you would not want to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not how it is today. Back then it was more so peep shows and like strip clubs, and it was just seedy environment. And the Deuce go with 3 seasons goes down those alleyways and showcase those stories and those people who lived around that time. So it was a good show. Definitely a great look into the 70s of how New York was during that time. And the set pieces and everything was pretty much on point of how it kind of looked. So you want to watch a good show about the 70s and how New York was back then, definitely want to check out The Deuce. Again, it got 3 seasons and you can catch it on HBO.
Mm-hmm. That yo, fire show. Just thinking about the Deuce, right? What is your favorite scene from the Deuce?
Favorite scene?
Yeah.
Uh,
A matter of fact, a better question. What was the most surprising scene in the Deuce? Because there was a whole lot of shock. Like, oh, like how? You know what I'm saying? Damn, that was random.
um, I probably want to say when Buddy, I think he was running for mayor or some shit, and then he goes to that secret party by the waterfront. You know what I'm saying? In that
Yeah,
warehouse.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That was
Oh
wild.
yeah, that
That
was
was,
wild.
that was wild.
Oh yeah,
Because my most surprising scene was probably the very first scene when bro was walking down 42nd Street and they hit the light in the phone booth and Shorty was in the phone booth giving neck right in the phone booth. Then dude jump was out in the whole nine. Like HBO be taking it there when it comes to the sex, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that scene was probably my most surprising. Who was your favorite character on the Deuce?
um, favorite character. I don't say I have a favorite character. Um, Character I probably like watching on the screen the most, probably James Franco's character.
Okay, okay. Mine's was the little pimp. The pimp. He was the pimp in the first season, and well, without telling y'all, first or second season, because it was 3 seasons, right?
Yeah,
But the first or second season, the pimp that caught the first girl that coming from the other town or whatever, and he had that spit game. You know what I'm saying? But he also was cold. You know what I'm saying? Like he was keeping his foot on necks. You know what I'm saying? So, but he was always an interesting character to me. Before I do my must see, they said, do you consider Payback with Mel Gibson a heist movie? Do you? I haven't seen it in a minute. I gotta rewatch that. Well,
no, because the heist already happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's hence why it's called payback. You know what I'm saying? He got caught up after the heist and he's coming back to get his bread. You know what I'm saying? So it's after the fact. The movies I mentioned have a heist in it, or they've done a heist or about to do a heist, or they just finished a heist as the movie progresses. So that's why those movies are more so considered heist movies, because there's a heist in the movie as the movie's going on.
yeah,
Back,
yeah.
I wouldn't consider that a heist movie because the heist already happened as the movie starts. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm. So that's dope. That's dope. So make sure y'all tap into the Deuce. My must see show is not a classic, but it is a must see. There's only one season of it. Again, that theme is me again, y'all. Must see show is called What Strangers Do. It stars myself, Ashley Lovechild, along with Felicia Bishop, E Star, Cameron Bola, Will Strong, Elizabeth Ocha, and Duke Williams. Dope fire show about an artist and his 3 friends, and they all have relationship issues, and you gotta see the show. It's a dope show. You can catch it up on YouTube if you type in Ashley Lovechild, What Strangers Do. You can watch the full season right now. So make sure you tap into What Strangers Do. All right, moving on. You got some cologne for us that smell good, that feel good.
Definitely got some cologne for y'all. The cologne of this week is called Dead Cool, and the fragrance is called Red Dakota. Definitely get you a bottle of Dead Cool. The fragrance again is Red Dakota. You know what I'm saying? Fire scent. You know what I'm saying? Never steer you wrong. Every week we give you top tier fragrances to have you smelling good out here. So this week will never steer you wrong again. So once again, get you a bottle of Dead Cool, and the fragrance is called Red Dakota.
Make sure y'all get that red Dakota on tap. Shout out to Rowan Jack. Thank you again. We always appreciate you. What are you drinking, Ash? I'm drinking water. Well, I'm pouring the water into my jug. Pause. And drinking that water. You know what I'm saying? Like actual water is not it's not what looks like water. That's liquor. Vodka. I'm not drinking no type of vodka. You know what I'm saying? Just straight water. I stopped drinking alcohol years ago. So but yeah, I'm drinking on that water, man. I'm high off life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need no extras. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no extras. But again, we appreciate you as always. All right, y'all know what time it is. It's time to rap. El Rapido. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get classic movies, shows, documentary for your viewing pleasure for only $4.99. Button Snaps. All right, y'all. First topic of the night. We're big Martin fans, Martin Lawrence fans. Did you know Martin Lawrence have set in production The Martin Show, but as a drama series? What do you think about that?
Nah, just leave the classic the way it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless if you're gonna do a continuation, maybe, like it'd be from where the season series finale left off, and you continue the series like 20 some years later. I guess you got some kids. Tommy done passed away. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that will work. But drama series is like, I don't know. I just want the classics to be the classics. Just leave. You know what I'm saying? You always want to revamp and like, nah, son. Certain things just you can't even redo it. You know what I'm saying? Certain
Uh-huh.
actors ain't even here no more to like to redo it. So it's like either you're gonna do something new. I wouldn't mind something new with the same actors and actresses. That'd be cool. But
Mhm.
just to regurgitate something old, it's like, you know what? I mean, I gotta see how I look. I gotta see how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a minute since Martin been on sitcom TV, so I would love to see like after all these years, you come up with something different. We'll see, but I don't know. Just you know how we feel about Martin, so it's
Yeah,
like you bring Martin back and it's not the same no more. It's like we're not even in the same type of arena as far as like sitcoms and TV ratings, like how it used to be back in the day. It's not
yeah.
TV ratings don't even exist. It's all about streaming and all that. So I mean, we'll see how it goes.
But if you're going to bring back Martin, and obviously Tommy Ford is not no longer around. He was a very intricate part of the show. Being able to be funny, being a person that could create a joke, being a person that could be the butt of the joke, and being a person that could be the initiator of a joke is very pivotal in the show. And he did all three of those very easily. Um, if they was to do this show and they're going to make it a drama series, I think they need to do a prequel, because the prequel, if it's going to be drama based, it has to bring a different energy than Martin the comedy show. You know what I'm saying? Like Martin is so funny. The show itself is so funny, is because all the things that he went through as a child. So all the things that when we watched the show and he went back to the time that he didn't get many things for Christmas, and the one time that he thought he got a genuine pair of Chuck Taylors, and for some reason they put this kid in the park to open up a gift where he's in a warm house, but it's Detroit in the cold ass winter, but he leaves his crib to go outside to open up his gift in front of all his in front of the kids in the neighborhood. Like these are some Chuck Taylors, those are some fake ass Chuck Tylers, and it breaks his Christmas spirit. Like so, it could somewhat work if they do a prequel type of style. Because if they do a continuation, people kind of going to expect the same thing. We're going to expect some jokes. Like even if it's a drama series, I'm going to expect it. I'm going to expect some jokes, especially if you have the regular cat, the cast except for Tommy Ford, which they can pull off, because people do pass as you get older. But because I don't think it's ever going to be that funny, like that pivotal ever again, because Martin is different, the cast is different. They need to do a prequel because when I see Martin, Tashina Arnold, Tisha Campbell, Cole Anthony, I'm gonna expect some jokes. I'm gonna expect, I believe, um, the guy that plays Stan is still alive. The lady that
Right.
played Myra is still alive. Like, it's too many funny people. David Allen Greer is still alive. Tommy Davidson is still alive. Like, all these people are still alive except for Tommy Ford. And if you put them in this, I'm going to expect some jokes. I'm not going to expect them to give me a Jeffrey Wright type of acting. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, so for me personally, if they're going to be like, it's just going to be drama, like how Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, then do a prequel. Do this when he met Tommy and when he met Cole, and make it serious. So that way, when you throw a couple jokes in there, people not expecting it to be Martin. Because when you say Martin, that's an institution of comedy. Like, I can't name a day that we don't quote Martin, bro.
That's a
Still to
fact.
the You just said Simon in the Skybox. For a lot of people that went over some people's head, that's a Martin reference. You know what I'm saying? It was just me, Simon in the Skybox. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about the Martin drama series. Me personally. Me personally. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Russell Westbrook gets traded from the Clippers to the Utah Jazz. But the Jazz only made the trade to clear out cap space because they plan to buy him out to be released. And now the team that Russell Westbrook is front running to go to is the Denver Nuggets. What do you think of the trade, and what do you think of Russell Westbrook possibly teaming up with the Denver Nuggets with the Joker, Jamal Murray, and those guys?
I mean, if he goes to Denver, that'll be a legitimate chance at, contesting for a championship ring. Like, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Before you go out, before you retire, at least get to a finals, and you know what I'm saying? Like, really fight for that chance to host that championship. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be nice. I think Russell Westbrook had a pretty decent career. You know what I'm saying? So just need that championship ring to just solidify that whole career he had. So if he goes to Denver, I think that's a legitimate chance. And I mean, keeps himself healthy. Shit, he could probably stay there another 2 years to really, you know what I'm saying, give that opportunity to get to the finals, at least a long stretch in the playoffs, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What I think of the trade, though, the trade itself, I think it was bad for the Clippers, to be honest with you, because you needed them. You needed him. So when they trade Russell Westbrook, that just let me know that they kind of gonna hit the reset button. You still got James Harden, you still have Kawhi Leonard, but is Kawhi Leonard gonna be playing? He's always hurt, always, and we know how James Harden start acting or doing when he doesn't have other superstars around him. He's a super team whore. So you know, he could start getting fishy. So I believe that they needed him on the Clippers. I honestly believe that. And his style, the way he played, suited that team. Him getting traded to Utah was smart for being able to create the cap space. But now, if he's suited to go to Denver, Denver is a contender without him. He doesn't add anything prevalent to Denver because Denver is a shooting based team. They shoot the ball very well. That's something that he does not do. He's not a good shooter. He can score sporadically, but he's not a good shooter. And he's not the facilitator that that he needs to be for that team. Because some people are like, well, he could go play the one in spurts and then move Murray to the two. That would somewhat make sense, but Russell Westbrook is not a highly efficient passer. He's a volume passer. Everything with Russell Westbrook is in volume. Great player, but the Denver Nuggets, high percentage, great shooting, get up and down the court type of team, pick and roll, pop out to the 3 point. So I don't see it matching well. I just look at it as him jumping on the team to try to get to the championship because they contenders without him. So they not a Russell Westbrook away from beating they lost to the Timberwolves. So if they had Brook Russell Westbrook, they still wasn't beating the Minnesota Timberwolves in my opinion. So that's what I think about that. Got balloons in my face. So that's what I think about that. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. The biggest thing that's been going for the last week and a half. College football is back. College football 25 is back officially. Okay, let me throw the statistic out for you. You remember the EA was afraid to play the players because it was going to add up. The licensing, all that stuff adds up and costs lots of money, which is the biggest reason why that they had the players but not the coaches. Because now licensing the coaches is another fee in itself, right? How much money do you think EA has made off the game or will make off the game? Let's say will make off the game.
They're gonna definitely make somewhere in the billions for sure. I'm saying it's a most anticipated game other than Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely gonna push a billion.
Let me drop a statistic to you. They have over 700 members on the PS5 model, right? Over 700. Do you know that EA Sports has and mind you, we're talking about all right, better statistic. Over 700,000 people on the PS5 model pre-ordered the $100 or $150 pre-order of college football 25. So they done made over 700 already. You got you got over 700 people that bought the game, whether it was the $100 model or the $150 model. Mind you, the game hasn't officially come out yet. It officially comes out tomorrow, July 19th. So if they made this amount of money before the game actually dropped, then your numbers is right on par. When you said damn near Billy, you said a Billy or two Billy.
That's a billion. So,
How successful is that, by the way, for a video game?
I mean, that's the metrics. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you gotta understand how long the game be out. So even it's not like first week sales don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a game that people gonna constantly buy. So it's like you gotta wait till like probably like Black Friday to really gauge the numbers. You know what I'm saying? To just see where they at. And then even by then, it's not like they gonna not stop selling the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's they probably will hit a billion by November. Probably even sooner than that, but just by November, they probably gonna hit that shit.
That's 700,000 people that bought $100 to $150 game. Crazy. That's crazy work. That's crazy numbers right there. That those type of numbers, video games don't do that type of numbers. whether it's GTA, whether it's a Street Fighter, they don't do this type of numbers. And this game haven't even officially dropped. Now, this will be a whole nother conversation if the game been out for a couple weeks or maybe a month. Let's say the game been out 2 months. It'd be like, damn, it did that. Wow, that's successful. We're talking about this before the game officially drops. That's wild to me. I'm in awe, and it is a must get. I've been playing it nonstop, and it is a must get. It's a great time, and it's a can't miss game. I thought it was dope. It's a couple, there's always a couple things, but it doesn't shake the experience of playing the game. Dope game. Not surprised of the success. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Former five-star cornerback Kamani McLean, who is now with the Florida Gators, is now on the verge of being dismissed from the team because of missing regularly practice, meetings, and other team events. What do you think about that?
Let's stop missing practice and meetings. You gotta go to these meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a protocol that's in place for whether you're a 4-star, 5-star recruit. They came and got you, whatever. It don't matter. As soon as you get to campus, there's rules and regulations you got to follow. And nobody's above the rules. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go to meetings, you gotta go to practice. There's no discussion of this. Like, there's no democracy on this. You know what I'm saying? It's a dictatorship, and the rules is the rules. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he get himself together so he don't miss his opportunity to better himself and be in a position to have better opportunities. So hopefully he makes the right choice in this matter and go to practice. You know what I'm saying? Go to practice, go to your meetings, go to morning lifts, and do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
See, we both played college football. Oh, shout out to my bro Biggs in the building. Shout out. But we both play college football, and certain players get preferential treatment. But by and large, whether you're a 2-star athlete, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, once you get to college, it's up. It's up. You could be a 4-star athlete coming to the school thinking you top butter and get there and you're not the best athlete at the school. So that rating system doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. My first day of practice in college. No, I'm lying. My first day at my second school. When I got to my second school, it was a culture shock for the incoming freshmen to come in and see that there's 8 other guys at your position. And when you watch them run, they're fast too. But the difference is, let's say you're coming out of high school, you about like a 5'8", a buck 60 playing running back. You like, yo, for high school, I'm kind of big. Pause. But now when you get to college, you got men running the ball, 6 foot, 230, 5'11, 225, 5'10, 215, 225, throwing up that weight. So not only that they're just as fast or faster, they got the size and to pause and to deal with the physicality of that. So it's a culture shock. Like, you thought you was the only all city, all county, all state player to be at this position. If you go to Alabama, everybody at Alabama was a all state, all city player. Everybody nice. So when you come in, you separate yourself by what you do, by going to class, or going to meetings, going to team functions, going to whatever that you have to go to. That's a part of setting yourself apart. And also, when I got to college too, what I realized, there was a difference between being a college student and an athlete and being somebody that wants to make it to the league. Guys who want to make it to the league, when we finish practice, they don't leave. They go in the weight room. They stay on the field, do extra drills. Everybody else get dressed. Where the chicks at? Where the chicks at? I need some action. So that separates you right then and there. And a kid like Kamani McLean, who was as high regard as he was coming out of high school, then signing with Colorado Buffaloes to the best corner ever to play the game. He could get the tutelage and the love. Not to mention Travis Hunter's there, and he could be your mentor, and you could steal information and you know what I'm saying. Iron sharpens iron type of vibe. You get a second chance, go to Florida, and you flubbing that. Like, you got all the talent in the world. You have the chance and the power, the real power to change your life and your family life forever. And you letting it slip away. You're letting it slip away. And people not gonna get your reputation gonna follow you. People gonna say, okay, he's highly talented, but you was at Colorado with Deion Sanders. Now you at Florida. If you can't get it right in those two places, and then Florida, I think he's from Lakeland. So Florida, Florida Gators, they're in. Ooh, I forget the area off the top of my head. Pause, but it's not that far from Lakeland. It's not that far. So if you can't get it right at Florida, bro, you got some serious soul searching to do immediately, and he's at least 19, 20 years old. The decisions you make now is going to affect you by the time you hit your 30s and possibly 40s if you don't get it together. So that's what I have to say about that. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, they caught him, bro. They caught him. They caught Gary Miles, who 35-year-old man, Gary Miles, they caught, well, he turned himself in. 35-year-old man, Gary Miles, turns himself in after one of the most insane, athletic, bizarre thing that a man could do in public. He he bust his load on a girl in the store on the back of her leg and ran out the store with precise precision that's imaginable to beat your meat and to bust on a girl like right on her leg, so direct, so accurate, and have the wherewithal to run out the store. You cooking it 4-3 with no stumble, ain't have to worry about pulling his pants up, nothing. Just bye bye and out the store. So he turns himself in uh, to deal with the law. What do you think about that?
Um, that's what I mean. That's what's up. Like, glad he did that because they were gonna find him eventually. You know what I'm saying? Rather you turn yourself in before they come and get bust down your doors and grab you in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? So he did himself a disservice on saving himself that embarrassment of them busting down the doors. So that's that's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. It would have been funny if they had to go get him, and when they bust down the door, he was like beating off. Pause. But it's like, yo, bro, like you got a serious problem. Like you should be doing it in your house, but like you getting locked up because you're doing it in public. You know what I'm saying? So, I, but he turned himself in. He shouldn't have did that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's sexual harassment. But I just can't get over the pristine accuracy of what he did to be able to do all that. So I'm glad they got him off them streets because for him to do that with that type of energy, confidence, he done did something like this before. He just didn't randomly wake up one day and be like, "Yo, when I go to the random store, I'm gonna pull my meat out, pause, bust on her, and skeet out the store." No pun intended. Like you know what I'm saying? He done did this before, so I'm glad they got him off the street. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, a neighbor ring cam captured the man suspected of taking Yasmin Williams' life. Uh, about a week and a half ago, there was a man that they suspected. They brought him from his house just like an American gangster off the gurney, and from the gurney on their way to the ambulance. The neighbors found out that he was the one, or they thought he was the one that killed the girl. That they found her body under the scaff, all wrapped up. They was beating him down. Mind you, they rolling him like American gangster style to the ambulance, but they rocking him like, you know what I'm saying? They trying to flip the thing over, kicking him, punching him, and the ring cam of a neighbor showed him bringing out her body out of his apartment, wrapped up in plastic. What do you think about that?
It's open and shut case, and I hope the prosecutor goes for the maximum punishment you could possibly go after. You know what I'm saying? And get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah, with this type of outcry, her family needs justice. If they got hard evidence, put him in jail. Put him in jail. Case closed. Put him in jail. Very disturbing individual, and he's going to get worse in jail, I believe. I'm talking about a beat down. Some people like to make it more than what it is. He deserved a supreme beat down like no other. So I hope he get what's coming to him. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Anchor Skip Bayless fired from Fox, FS1 Sports, and Undisputed. What do you think about that?
I mean, shit, he had a long ass run. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, he saved his bread. Oh, he probably gonna bounce back to another station. So you know how they do. So I mean, how long you been on TV? Like damn near 2 decades, almost 3 decades. So ain't nothing for him to bounce back to another series if they want him back. You feel me? He got fired for a reason. So it
I mean,
just,
do you want to see Skip Bayless on another TV show?
I mean, I never watched Skip Bayless, so
Okay.
that's just me. But I never cared to watch him or pay attention to him at all. Like, you never played a sport in your life. How can you how can you talk about sports that you never played? You know what I'm saying? Even if you played high school, you could have some semblance of an idea of what organized sports would be. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't play at no high level. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you can speak down on other people who played at the top tier, the most competitive level there is. You know what I'm saying? In professional sports. And it's like, oh, calm down. So it is what it is.
I mean, what's very true about his athletic career, him in particular. He averaged 2 points a game as a junior on the JV level, on the JV team as a junior. Because back then they used to separate the varsity and JV based on skill and not like by years. You know what I'm saying? So you could play JV as a junior or senior. You couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like now we grew up to, if you a junior, senior, you have to play varsity. Can't play JV. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was interesting in itself. Me personally, uh he's been good to watch as far as like, being able to go back and forth, him being able to strike a chord out of people when his takes is severely off. It's not even about, when I learn about shows that have takes, it's not about being right. People tap in. That's how they hook you, right? It's not about being right on your take. It's about being interesting. And he was interesting for a whole bunch of years because his takes would be wrong, and he would know that. But it makes it interesting because people would love to watch, to argue at their screen like, yo, he's stupid. He don't know what he's talking about. It's about the ratings. It's about pulling people in with certain type of questions. So I think he got a little outside of himself when he tried to go up against certain players like KD, Tyrell Owens, also Jalen Rose. He's had some instances and some run-ins with guys who really played the game, and they challenged him in a way where it's like, yo, pump your brakes. So I'm not gonna miss them from any of these shows. A lot of these sports shows, they don't do it for me anyway. I'll throw on Cam Mace, it is what it is. They gonna give me the actual factuals with the sports, along with some jokes, some entertainment, and they're gonna be up and going. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. I rather tune into them than Skip and the other guys. So all right, moving on. Uh, next hot topic: cities. What three cities you would think have the lowest crime rates?
Lowest crime rates. I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. What's the three cities?
All right, so it's actually five. I was just
Mm.
trying to, see if you had any that you thought of. So number five, at a strong five, is McKinley, Texas. Number four is uh, Murrieta, California. Number three is Cary, North Carolina. Number four, Irvine, California. And number one is Naperville, Illinois.
Hmm. I mean, you said Illinois, Texas. What was the others?
Cary, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, Murrieta, California, and McKinley, Texas. Yeah, McKinley, Texas.
All right, shout out to those states with some safe cities in there. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Um, None of them cities sound appealing to me to move into, but you know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm most familiar with Irvine, California. Um, But I'm surprised that any of these California, well, I won't say any of the cat because the richer the area in California, the safer it's going to be. You're not going to hear the same things that happen in Los Angeles are going to happen in Calabasas. That's why people move to Calabasas. You know what I'm saying? So I shouldn't say I'm surprised that California is on this list. I'm surprised about Illinois though. I'm surprised about Illinois, but when most people think of Illinois, they think of Chicago and think that's the only place in Illinois. You know what I'm saying? When Illinois is huge. You know what I mean? This list was very interesting, and this is the most current list that you can have in the top five on a safest list. So, would you move to any of these cities for good?
Nah, not so good. I wouldn't. I'd visit maybe, but not move. Nah, none of those cities sound appealing to me to move into.
Yeah. Because when you was in Chicago, you ever heard of Naperville, Illinois?
That's probably the suburbs, but nah, never. My family don't live outside the city of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So that's anytime I go to Chicago, that's all I know is Chicago. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
yeah.
don't know anything outside of that because if they lived outside Chicago, then I'd go visit them. But
So
they
so
don't
you,
live in the city of
y'all,
Chicago.
take, y'all not taking excursions to Evansville or Champaign?
Nah, they ain't no reason for me to be out there. I don't know nobody out there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
They ain't just going, hey, we're gonna drive, get in the car, drive 2, 3 hours, and just go to a town for shepherd's pie. Nah, we don't
yeah.
do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that.
Five. Stupid. I don't know. Naperville sound like they got a sundown town in Naperville. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So, all right.
Yeah,
So
a lot of these places could be safe because they used to be or still, you know what I'm saying, dibble and dabble in sundownism. You know what I'm saying?
he said the ism, the ism.
I mean, it's still sundown towns still this to this day. So you feel me?
Yeah,
So 2024, y'all talking about some other shit, and there's still sundown towns where your black ass is caught after 7 p.m. It's a wrap for you. So I mean, what do I know? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. All right, moving on to our last hot topic. Did you see the attempt on Donald Trump during his press conference. I don't know if it was real or fake. I don't know if that was the garner votes. To was that a real thing, or was it something that is just pretty much a ploy, or just something to get something going within the campaign? Is it real or fake? What did you think about it?
I mean, I didn't watch it to catch it live, so I only watched like everybody else, or majority of people that seen it was after the fact of it happening. And after the fact of it happening, watching it is like very, very questionable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you know, it just doesn't look official, like an assassination attempt.
Yeah,
Not saying that
yeah,
we've seen assassination attempts because we weren't alive and would see those situations happen on TV like that. So to actually know what assassination would be like, we wouldn't really know like that. But I'm just saying it don't really look like that.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That's definitely what it don't look like. So whatever that is, I don't know what that was, but you know what I'm saying.
It don't look like dodging bullets and bullets damn near grazing your ass. Pause.
Nah, he don't look like he lived for this shit. Like it gives him the adrenaline rush and shit. You know what I'm saying? He
Uh,
just wake up with a white beater and a gun and just, you know what I'm saying, ready to go and take action. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That don't look official to me.
yeah, they said in the chat, Rowan Jack. He said that was super real. They have a video now where you can see it go through his ear.
My thing is everything else, everybody always have their, unless they, I don't know how these rallies go. Do they allow your phones in the rally, or do they take confiscate your phone before you get into the rally? How does that go?
I think if they're doing not primaries, but like the big ones, pause, like when they in like in halls and it's being televised, I think they take away their phones for that. But the open one where it's like the outside background and you kind of going from state to state, I don't think it's you know you
They
know
said they said in the chat you can have your phone. My thing is you don't see no visuals from the people behind them. You know what I'm
right,
saying? The
right.
people that was standing behind them when the whole shit going down, there's nobody with a camera phone to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Hmm.
there's no other angle of this besides what the news is giving us, which is crazy because any other situation, anybody always have their phone out and we get different angles
Yeah,
of the same scenario from different people's phones. You know what I'm saying? That was there.
yeah.
This is one of the scenarios that, you know what I'm saying?
Like
So,
when I think of that situation, what movie that was really, really good. I might watch that tomorrow. I haven't seen it in a while. Vantage Point.
mhm.
You remember Vantage Point?
Yeah.
Excellent movie. Excellent movie. And it goes to what we're talking about where something is going on, and because people have their phones, video cameras. This was more so in the early 2000s, so people didn't really have phones like that. And the capability to record off a phone is not like what it is today. So people more so had camcorders. I'm a camcorder baby too. Like, remember I always used to carry a camcorder. So it goes to that as well too, that all these different people are not releasing footage, but sometimes in a situation like that, um if you have a phone, they will confiscate your phone to see what's going on before you're able to release footage as well too. So uh there is hundreds of phones uploaded on Twitter now. Oh, really? Wow. I gotta tap into that. I gotta tap into. I honestly, I thought the situation was a ploy, and then later on he had like another like conference, and he comes out to 50 Cent's Mini Man. It's like, come on, my dude. You didn't get shot 9 times, bro. Like, so he comes out to many men. This is what we doing, Donald Trump. And then, of course, 50 is such a damn troll. At 50 Cent next show, it's a picture of the Get Rich or Die Trying with 50, right? His body, and then Donald Trump's face on the body at a 50 Cent show. Like, yo, 50 Cent is the ultimate. He's the ultimate troll, ultimate capitalist, bro. Smart. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what you think about that?
I mean, it's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you always fucked with Donald Trump, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting as well. All right, so moving on, this next segment is brought to you by, brought to you by Bravo Section, BigBravoSection.com. Make sure you hit the website if you're in the Miami area, BigBravoSection.com to book a session with one of the best photographers in the world. If you're not in the Miami area, still book that session. They'll fly out, take care of your session. You got a petty thought for us?
I got some words from the dictionary, of course, as always. So I got a few words for us. First word on the Black's Law Dictionary is the word fictitious. Fictitious in the Black's Law Dictionary means founded in fiction, having a character of a fiction, pretended, counterfeit, fiend, imaginary, not real, false, not genuine, non existent, arbitrarily invented, and set up to accomplish an ulterior object. That's the definition of fictitious. Next word is litigation. Lawsuit, legal action, including all proceedings therein. Contest in a court of law for the purpose of enforcing a right or seeking a remedy a judicial contest or a judicial controversy, a suit at law. That is litigation. Next word on the list is straw man. Is the word means affront, a third party who is put up in name only to take part in a transaction. A party to a transaction, one who acts as an agent for another for the purpose of taking title of real property and executing whatever documents and instruments the principal may direct respecting the property. Person who purchased property for another to conceal identity of real purchaser or to accomplish some purpose otherwise. And last word on the list is stop and frisk. The situation where police officers who are suspicious of an individual run their hands lightly over the subject's outer garments to determine if the person is carrying a concealed weapon, also called a pat down or threshold inquiry. A stop and frisk is intended to stop short of an activity that could be considered a violation of Fourth Amendment rights. A police officer has a right to stop and pat down a person suspected of contemplating the commission of a crime. Reasonable suspicion, which is sufficient for stop and frisk, is more than a mere hunch, but less than a probable cause. The scope of the search must be strictly tied to and justified by the circumstances which rendered the initiation of the stop justified. So the words of this week are fictitious, litigation, straw man, and stop and frisk. If there's any
Go.
words that y'all want me to find on the Black's Law Dictionary, definitely leave it in the chat and I'll look it up for next episode.
Y'all make sure y'all do that. Type in any type of words you want bro to look up and look for the real meaning of these words. When I hear fictitious, automatically I think of businesses because what they want you to do in order for you to gain benefits, you trying to get an EIN number, you need a what? A fictitious name. You need a fictitious name to open up a bank account, business. And what I found out that the most successful fictitious names comes from Latin rooted words. It's very interesting. It's a formula to everything, and it's available in books. And if you just look for the right information, so very interesting. Great choice of words, bro. Great choice of words. All right, moving on to our next segment. I keep the lie live segment.
Keep the lie live.
Lie live. So my keep the lie live for this particular show is that predators don't look like predators, y'all. Y'all really got to keep your head on a swivel out here, especially men. You are the protector of your household. You are the structure provider in that household. So, because you provide structure and protection, you have to beware of predators. Mind you, predators don't look like predators. Predators look like your cousin, look like your brother, look like the guy that you grew up down the block who was always nice that let you take his dog for a walk. Or the guy every summertime, when summertime come around, he pops open the damn the fire hydrant so that way the kids can run and play in the water on the street. And Mr. Jackson is so nice. Or the guy when you go to the laundromat to make sure you give him $25 and he give you $26 worth of quarters. Is always people that you would think that's not the people that would. So my keep the lie live is predators do not look like predators. Keep your head on a swivel. The people that rule this earth is some of the most demonic people ever in earth. So if you don't keep your head on a swivel, your household will be disrupted. And when your household disrupted, this means destruction and death. And there's nothing that you could run or escape from when that happens. There's a thing that's called baby burlesque. Y'all can look it up right now. It's called baby burlesque. So what they used to do back in the early days of film, they felt like it would be interesting if they took toddlers who was anywhere from 3 to 4 years old and younger, basically have them butt naked or have on Pampers, but wear adult-like things that was like one-offs. So a little girl will have on like a hat that a woman would wear at that time, but she's wearing little underwear and like a halter top or something like that. There is no way on God's green earth that you should be dressing children in that manner because they're not dressing babies as babies where you have a baby, he's so cute in his diaper, and you got the sun shining on the bed. That's beautiful. He's on the walker doing some baby shit, and you take a picture of that. Baby burlesque is something that was designed to have it in people's mindset of babies having sex with babies. What type of demonic behavior is that? So again, because you have predators that don't look like predators, they get access because now your defense is down. How do they gain that type of access where they could take a row of children and have a whole photo shoot of things like this? How? What parent in their right mind would let this rock? They'd be like, yeah, you know what? That would be edgy. That would be different. No, that's demonic. Demonic. Even though it's a TV show, we've seen it on plenty TV shows from way back in the day how the royal family, they indoctrinate themselves with the church, and now the church is saying these are the new rules, and we need to do this ritual and uphold this ritual, and we have to use children. So but your children, because they royalty, they highly favored. But these children who sacrifice themselves, they're highly favored because God chose them to sacrifice their selves for your children when they don't have the authority to sacrifice themselves for your children. Demonic. So now when we live in today's age and we see the type of thing that's still going on in different type of ways, is the fact that predators have access. And the way predators have access, they don't look like predators. So make sure you keep your head on the swivel and protect your shit. And that's my keep the lie alive for this episode. Anything you want to add to that?
Nah, well said, my G. Well said.
Appreciate that. Yo, y'all, it's been another episode. We thank y'all for tapping in always. We're on every Thursday and every Sunday. Again, every Thursday, every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. I want to thank us, our day ones who's always in the building, always tapping in, always showing us love, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell notification. We also got the membership page up right now, links in the bio. Also, we got a lot of rewatch videos. And again, if you want to continue to support us, you could support us through the rewatch videos as well. Where you could, like I said, support through the rewatch videos. We have a lot of videos up, over 150. So we got a lot of content, a lot of content. So tap in, great conversations, and we speak that real. Uh, Also tap into the movies that we talk about because they're great movies, got a lot of messaging, and we love it as a conversational piece as well. I want to thank some of our sponsors of the show, well, all of them. Bravo Section, Button Snaps, OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit me up on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild. Again, on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild. Or you can hit my brother up on Instagram at
Bravo section _
So make sure if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors, tap into me or my brother and let's do some business. All right. I feel like I'm forgetting something. No. Make sure you tap into the Overstand podcast. While understand when you go overstand every Monday at 9:30, interview based podcast as well. Again, it's my birthday. I want to thank y'all for tapping in with me. It's been an amazing birthday. I loved every moment of it. Um, and everybody that wished me well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you, my brother, for wishing me well. We've been a part of each other's lives for the last 20 years now, and it means the world to have your friendship, your brotherhood, so thank you, my brother, for all the things that we've been through. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Appreciate that. And yeah, man, we're gonna be back. Make sure y'all tap in this Sunday at 10:30. It's nothing but love, y'all. We'll see y'all this Sunday. We out of here.